to the channel. Today I'm gonna be touching on a topic that is very close to my heart. I've been struggling with this for many years. In fact, since I was a little baby till now, so it's been 26 years. I don't know a day without it. And yes, we are going to be discussing eczema, and I know you guys have been asking me to do a video on eczema for a really long time. So let's sit back, relax and enjoy, because this video is going to be very long. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get started. If you guys don't know what is eczema, it's basically a type of atopic dermatitis that affects your skin. It causes really itchy, flaky, red skin. There's no known cure for it, and people still don't really know what is the main cause of eczema. But I know personally for me, because my mom has eczema, my sisters, my aunts, my grandma, all of them, they all have eczema, and mine is definitely hereditary. I've been having it since I was a little girl, so I've been dealing with it all my life. And what are the triggers for eczema? There are many triggers. Personally, for me, I find that whenever I travel to a place that is very dry, or rather a very different climate, like being in a different climate, actually triggers my eczema to flare up. Diet can also be a trigger. I find that especially on days where I consume too much gluten, too much bread, or too much dairy. Stress is actually one of the biggest factors or biggest triggers of eczema. And personally for me, and I think for most people, especially when you use products that are not suitable for eczema skin. I'm gonna touch on this pretty much more in depth, because that's the whole point of this video. In the general guideline, if you have eczema skin or if you have very sensitive skin, there are some things that you should avoid when it comes to choosing your skincare. The first thing you should do is look at the ingredients list, look for products like AHA or BHA. Do not use these products, because your skin is very dry, it's very thin, and usually people with eczema have broken skin barriers, and you don't want to aggravate it anymore. You want to protect your skin barrier and try to heal it as fast as possible. Another thing to avoid is chemicals, as we all know. Fragrances, perfumes, nope. And always look for products that hydrate your skin, especially if you have eczema. Hydration and keeping your skin cool, soothed and hydrated is your #1 priority. So what you should look for would be words like soothing, calming, hydration, and so on, because you want to keep your skin really calm and soothed, and that actually also is the main thing that gets rid of the itch, especially if you're itching a lot. Try not to scratch it. I know it's easier said than done. I've been through it, I know. So now when it comes to using products and choosing products that are eczema friendly, in our drugstores we have a lot of brands that we know definitely work for eczema skin, because they are kind of marketed in a way that it's dermatologically friendly, eczema friendly, sensitive skin friendly. Some of the brands include Cetaphil, Simple, AVENE, AVENE. You know, all these brands are probably very familiar with it already. And I would say if you're trying to experiment with products, and if you have a history of eczema or sensitive skin, go and look into these kind of brands, and chances are, even if they were to have a product that is not suitable, it's not going to send your eczema off the roof, okay? So that's my personal tip for you. And today I'm also going to be sharing some of the eczema friendly products that I found personally worked for me. So there are two stages of eczema. One of it is to prevent it from flaring, and another one is to maintain it or help to calm and soothe it down when it flares up. So the main thing is to, #1, try to prevent it. Prevention is always better than cure. So if you know that a particular product is not suitable, do not keep trying. If you buy a new product and you want to see if it works with your eczema skin, I would say don't go and apply it on your whole face or your whole body. Just try and do a small little patch and sit on it for 24 hours or even 48 hours to see if you get a reaction out of it before you apply it on your full face. So depending on where you have eczema, I personally have it on my neck, my eyelids, my lips, my ears, my scalp, my limbs, so my elbows, my wrist, I have it on my fingers, I have it behind my knees, and underneath my butt. So thankfully, the large part of my face, I don't have eczema, but I do have eczema on my neck and on my eyelids and on my lips. Most of the time when I try products, I try not to apply it on these areas where I know I have eczema. Firstly, let's talk about body cleansers. I've got two brands over here. One is MUSSVITAL Derma-Active Atopic Skin Emollient Soap-Free Shower Gel, and another one is Derma 365 Gentle Cleanser. They're very, very gentle. They're soap-free as well. They're sulfate-free most of the time, and they don't have ingredients that strip off too much moisture from your skin. You can even use all these cleansers to wash your face as well if you have very, very severe eczema, even on your face. But if you are a makeup user, these are not strong enough to remove excess makeup on your skin. So I would highly recommend you to still go in with a micellar water, especially those that have been kind of marketed that are good for sensitive skin. And one of them which I like and I found that didn't aggravate my sensitive skin is the BIFESTA Micellar Lotion. You know, if you're gonna try the product, once again, just try it in small little portions. Don't go in head first, because if not, if you're allergic to it, it's gonna be really, really bad. I also use this body lotion, the MUSSVITAL Atopic Skin Body Lotion, and I really like it. Another body lotion that I love is this one from AVENE. This is the XERACALM AD Lipid-Replenishing Cream. As we all know, AVENE is a very, very good brand that has been around for the longest time, and they treat sensitive skin really, really well. And all of their products in there are very suitable for sensitive skin, or even on babies or people with like eczema, atopic skin, all that. And I personally really love the XERACALM body lotion. It is really, really thick, but it really helps to deliver a lot of moisture back into the skin, especially after you shower. The first thing you should do is to not dry your body too much to too dry. When it's like slightly damp, and come out and slather all of this cream on your body. It is thick, it is heavy, but once you go to bed with it, you'll wake up to much more hydrated skin. And whenever I have an eczema flare-up, I find that this one really helps to calm it down a lot more as well. It also doesn't allow like for other air or anything to contaminate it. If you look at it, the way it pumps out, it comes out in this little like cartridge thing. Can you see that little thing? So that actually ensures that all the products that are being squeezed out of the tube are fresh and not contaminated, because it only allows the product to go one way and not air to go back in. So I'm just going to show you guys the texture. This is how it looks like. It is quite thick, but you know, when you have a skin issue, you want your moisturizer to be really, really thick and protecting your skin. So this doesn't have fragrance. It is heavy, but it's not sticky. Okay, next up, let's talk about toner. So I have my favorite toner over here. This is Huang Jisu's Floral Relief Toner, and it's a chamomile toner. It is non-alcoholic, non-paraben, non-fragrance, and non-mineral oil. And basically, this brand is formulated for people with atopic dermatitis like us. And I really love this toner because it helps to soothe, it doesn't irritate, and it just does what I told it does. You know, the best thing about it is it doesn't have alcohol, and usually for toners, a lot of alcohol is present. So this is what I would recommend. Other than that, I also have been loving Fancl. This is the Active Conditioning Lotion 2. You guys are probably sick of hearing me talk about Fancl, but I love Fancl for my eczema skin, and I always recommend it to my sensitive skin friends because there's no preservatives inside. There's no added fragrance as well. So this one is a very easy, very simple pat down kind of skincare line. Another brand that I really like is this one called Minon Amino Moist, the Moist Charge Lotion 2. This is a Japanese brand that kind of uses the amino acid technology to combat sensitivity. This one doesn't really market themselves as preservatives free, so I would still choose this over this, but this is much more affordable because the bottle is bigger and you can find it in the drugstore. It's a lot more accessible than the Fancl one. But if you're looking for a one that kind of does what Fancl's lotion would do, this is a good one to try. Now let's talk about serum. I've got here my Skin Inc Daily Dose Serum. You guys know how much I love Skin Inc, and they're also a brand that don't really market themselves as a sensitive skin brand, but I find that their products do not irritate my skin, and in fact they help to soothe it. So for my Daily Dose, it's actually a customizable serum where you can choose up to 3 serums to pour together to make one concoction. and I find that hyaluronic acid as well as ceramide work really well to just calm and soothe my eczema skin, and it doesn't irritate it at all. Next up, we've got this one, which is the Great Barrier Relief from Crave Beauty. If you guys follow the YouTube scene a lot, you would know that this is created by Leah Yu, one of the best YouTubers on skincare. This is as straightforward as it can be. It's a skin barrier repairing serum. So what it does is it helps to repair and strengthen your skin barrier, especially for people with eczema. We have broken skin barriers that it's itchy on the outside. It looks like, you know, jagged with dry flakes. It's not pretty. And most importantly, it's unable to just contain all of the other ingredients, the goodness that you infuse into your skin. Because of your broken skin barrier, it doesn't get contained, it just gets evaporated out. I just decided to include this in this video because I've been using it kind of as a serum, and especially on my eczema spots, and it doesn't tingle or doesn't hurt it. Oh, I realized that I kind of left out a essence. This one is from the brand AHC. It's a Korean brand, and this is from the line Minimal Tan Watery Essence. Basically, I know it uses Centella asiatica, which is a really good ingredient that you should be looking out for if you have sensitive skin. It helps to repair your skin really well, and I have been loving this because it's so watery. It doesn't smell like anything, and it just helps to soothe my very itchy, dry skin. Now, time for the creams. I have here with me my AVENE Tolerance Extreme Emulsion, and it also has the same packaging as my XERACALM earlier, which I find so innovative and really good for just preserving the ingredients inside and not allowing any contamination. Because when it comes to sensitive skin and extremely, like we're talking about extremely sensitive skin over here, you don't want any form of alteration to your formula. You don't want any contamination from the air. So same thing, I'm just going to show you guys. And I love this texture. The texture of this cream is really light. It's very hydrating on the skin. Because it's so lightweight and gentle, I feel that even if you have oily skin, you can do with this because it's just so lightweight and hydrating. And I love to use this as my moisturizer. Sometimes I go in with 2 layers, and I even layer a cream on top of it because it's just so lightweight. Then I have a few more creams to show you. One of them is, of course, my Fancl Moisturizing Emulsion 2. I already talked a lot about this. There's no preservatives, no harmful ingredients. It just hydrates your skin really well, and it's amazing for sensitive skin or people with very dry skin. Now, time for sunscreen. Sunscreen is actually very important because it helps to protect you from the sun. And with eczema, you don't want to stay in the sun for too long because your skin is already very dry and you don't want to aggravate it further. But sunscreen for eczema skin is also really tricky because it often contains a lot of chemicals that are very irritating and aggressive to the skin. So one sure way to go for sunscreen is to look for a physical sunscreen. So that way you can be sure that it will not irritate your skin because it probably doesn't contain that much chemicals as a chemical sunscreen has. The first one is from this Korean brand called Suntic. It is the Unpure Cica sunscreen. This one has SPF 50+ and PA4 pluses. It's a non-chemical UV filter with 100% natural mineral filter. The thing about physical sunscreen compared to chemical sunscreen is that it always leaves a white cast because it's those white color filters that help to block the UV rays from your skin. I choose to see it as a tone-up effect. You know, I actually really like it. If you don't like that tone-up effect, it's always better for you to just do it in light layers and just reapply as much as possible. Another one that I would recommend is CG Skin's Morning Glow. It's the hydrating physical sunscreen SPF 50 as well. Oh, I also have my Fancl. Okay, here is my Fancl SunGuard 50+ Protect UV. It's very lightweight, very watery. You just spread it on your skin. And you can see that very nice tone-up effect. Some people like it, some people hate it, but I personally like it, and I find that using physical sunscreens are the best if you have sensitive skin. Next up, let's talk about sheet masks. If you have very sensitive skin, if you have eczema on your face, where a sheet mask actually touches, I just recommend you to go for just one sheet mask This is the Fancl Moisturizing Mask. I love it to bits. This is really good, it's really hydrating, and it's not the cheapest, but you know, like I said, when it comes to skincare, when it comes to a skin problem like eczema, I wouldn't want to play around with it. Last but not the least, ta-da! This is my favorite thing ever, and I highly recommend it to you guys. This is the AVENE Thermal Spring Water Spray. So a lot of people just think like, isn't it just water? It's not just water, because this is actually spring water coming from AVENE, and it was like, you know, harvested and collected all the way from AVENE and just packaged and sent over all across the world. So if you're a makeup user or if you're a frequent traveler, you need to have something that is easy to apply and use and provide you very, very fast relief. I can use it anytime, anywhere, and I just really love to just spray on my neck because I find that it helps to get rid of the itch almost instantly. And what I'll do is I'll just pat, of course with clean hands, pat it in. And because the water and the mist is so fine, it just gets absorbed into the skin really fast. I would recommend you to just keep spraying whenever you feel like your skin is very dry, or you know, the air around you is very dry. Just keep spraying, especially when you're in the plane. You can bring it through, you know, the customs and bring it on board a plane if you really want. That's it from me, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know some of the products that you have tried. If you are a fellow eczema sister, let me know in the comments box down below, because I always believe that the comment section is a community that, you know, really helps everyone. It shouldn't just be one way, it should be two ways. You might also just be helping an eczema sister in need, and yeah, so talk to me in the comments box down below, share positive stuff, and don't forget that even if you have eczema, you might feel like you're the most ugly person in this world. As long as you try to maintain it, as long as you try to do whatever you can, everything will be okay, you know? Because everything is just on the outside, and what matters is what is on the inside. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one.